Hey guys, here's my Bath & Body Works haul. I promise I don't actually have anything from Bath & Body Works for this video. I actually don't think I've ever even stepped into the store, but I went to the thrift store down the street from me and bought a bunch of stuff, and this is the bag that they gave it to me in. So I thought, you know what, let's toss everything in here and show you guys what I got. So first up is a model kit that I bought just recently. I put it together. It was fairly easy to put together because it is just a high grade set. I did want to build another model kit, but I didn't want to commit the money to a master grade set. So this one here I picked out because I really like the look of it. This one here is known as the Verd Buster Gundam. It is from Gundam Seed, and I got this from Anime Extreme. It's the store downtown that sells model kits, art books, basically anything anime related, and some video game stuff as well as some superhero things. And they even have Transformers too. But this one here, they have like this huge wall of model kits. I picked out this one just because of the look of it. I really liked the way that the figure looked, and I liked the posability of it and his accessories. It was just a really nice set in my opinion. So I went ahead and grabbed this, put it together fairly easily. I did the best that I could. I even did a little bit of panel lining on it to make it look somewhat better. But this one here was just $25 plus tax, so it wasn't insanely expensive and it wasn't that cheap either. But in terms of Gundam model kits, $25 is on the cheaper end. And I did grab some more Gundam markers so that I could do some panel lining, but those ones are not in the room right now. Moving on from that is a Pez dispenser that I grabbed while I was at Bulk Barn. It is just the Super Mario Donkey Kong Pez dispenser. I've mentioned in the past that I used to collect Pez dispensers, but not so much anymore. At this point, it's pretty much just the Nintendo Pez dispensers. If I continue to see more of these, I will grab them in the future. So I want to show you guys what I got from Walmart before I get into my thrift store finds and trades that I've done. So the two items that I got from Walmart were from this fairly small Walmart that seems to be clearing out their toy section, and I probably missed a whole bunch of other stuff because I know they had more, but they put a lot of their World of Nintendo stuff on clearance, and this is all that I was able to get. What I got was this Falco Lombardi plush for just $5. I don't remember what the original price was for this, but I want to say it was definitely more than $10. And the other item that I got was one of these Microland sets. It is the Outset Link, Errol, and Grandma set from the Wind Waker. It's just these little minifigures that went with larger playsets. Now I know that this location had the playsets as well, and I wonder if they were cleared out. I remember them at one point being reduced to $10, and I still thought, you know what, that's a little too much for those playsets. But I'll see if I'm able to track down any of them in the near future. Now finally, let's get to all the toys that I mentioned being in this bag here from Bath & Body Works. And I promise there's a lot of interesting stuff in here, and it's in no particular order. I'll just mention that some of this stuff is from Value Village, some of this stuff is from the thrift store down the street from me, and some of these things are items that I've gotten either through trades or from various stores across the city. All the items in this bag cost $10 or less individually, that is, with most of this costing less than $2 a piece, and some of it was even from trades, but it's from a whole bunch of stores across the city, so I'm not even going to bother to mention where I got everything from, but let's get to this. So, in no particular order, the first two items out of this bag are these two Pokemon toys. They're both from the late 90s, with Snorlax being from 1997 and Golduck being from 1998. I'm not sure what their exact functionality is because they use N-cell batteries, and N batteries, I just can't find those anywhere. So I'm going to assume that they either had a sound function or maybe even Psyduck over here moved around on his legs. They're definitely electronic and they're made by Tomy. So I know that they're supposed to be official, and they're in pretty good condition except for a little bit of paint chipping. Maybe you might be able to see it on Snorlax's forehead there. But otherwise, both of them are in very good condition. I was really happy to find those, and they were just $2 a piece. Moving on from those are some toys that I got from the thrift store down the street from me. I was down in their toy section looking through their bins of random crap. A lot of it is just plushies and other random crap, but I was able to find these toys that piqued my interest. First one is this Iron Man toy. It's supposed to be like this classic Iron Man look, but it is a fairly recent toy. I think it's supposed to be from 2012 or so, but I don't really have too much information on that toy, so don't really know what to say. Next up is another one of these Terminator toys. I do have another one of these, and I'm not sure if it is the same one, and I believe that this one here is supposed to be associated with Terminator 2, because it did come out around the same time as the second Terminator movie, and it is made by Kenner Toys, and I think that I might have this exact one, but I'm not too certain about that. Moving on from that are two more toys that, well, these two are missing some pieces, and while they're not integral pieces, they kind of suck missing them. So they're both from Dragon Ball Z. First one is this toy of Dr. Gero. It's got a lot of articulation on it, but it's not very posable. With his big puffy pants, he really doesn't move much. But if you know anything about this character, you should be able to tell that he is missing the hat that he wears. So, kind of sucks, but at least he's in pretty good condition. The other toy that I found is this version of Frieza. Now, with this one here, I'm not too certain what form of Frieza it is, or if it even is Frieza. It might be his brother. I'm really having a hard time remembering right now, but either way, he's in pretty good shape, except for the fact that he's missing his tail. But at least the tail didn't break off, it just sort of popped off, and I tried looking through the store to find it, but I had no luck. Now, the rest of the toys I want to show you guys in this video are all Transformers. I have some older stuff in here too, and it's going to be in no particular order, but some of the stuff I did get in a trade off of Kijiji. I traded this guy a whole bunch of Transformers that I had, and I ended up getting some Transformers, some video games, and most importantly, to me at least, were some Digimon toys that will be in another video. The toys that I got here, the Transformers that I have here, are in various conditions. Some of them are missing a couple of pieces. Some of them, though, are in fairly good shape, probably just missing their weapons. And I really have a hard time remembering all their names. So, the first one here is this sort of cyber shark thing. I believe that it's supposed to be from Energon, just because he has that port on his top side there for the Energon crystals, but I am not too certain on that. But the sad thing about this Transformer here is that he is missing his head, which sucks, but it's not a deal breaker as long as he is in his shark mode. Moving on from that is this Transformer here that is supposed to be some kind of a tank, but I'm not even sure if I've transformed him correctly. I don't have the instructions for him, and I'm not too certain what his name is supposed to be either, so I haven't had a chance to look him up. But if anybody recognizes him, just let me know in the comment section below what his name is. The next Transformer is one that I got from Buy and Sell Kings, and I know that this one here is from Reveal the Shield, and it came in a set with some other Transformers. I believe it was supposed to come with a Galvatron and a Hot Rod, and sorry if I get his name wrong, but I'm almost certain that this here is Cyclonus, and he is in very good shape, and he looks fairly representative of what the animated version of this character looked like back in G1 and in the first Transformers movie. So really happy with the way that this figure looks. Now the next few Transformers are ones that I got out of a trade from Kijiji. Very happy with these, but I pretty much forgot all their names. I think one of these in here is supposed to be Silverbolt. Actually, I think I'll start with that one. This guy over here with some floppy legs, and one of the legs is even slightly broken, but at least it stays somewhat in place when it is in airplane mode. But this is him. And again, from my understanding, this is supposed to be Silverbolt, but I'm not too certain about that. Now, the next one in here, again, I'm not too sure what his name is, and I could have looked him up before that, but it wouldn't really be genuine because I don't personally remember their names. This one here, I know though, is supposed to be part of, and I'm blanking now, I think he's supposed to be part of Devastator. I think that's what his name is. But this one here is some kind of a combiner, and it is in fairly good shape, except for the fact that it is a little dirty. I tried cleaning it up, but I might have to get at it again. And the last of these Transformers, and the last item in the Bath & Body Works bag, is this larger Transformer right here. It is some kind of a Decepticon jet, and I remember looking up the name for this, but I already forgot what the name is supposed to be, and I forget if it's supposed to be part of some kind of Headmaster or Titan Master set or something like that. But this one here basically doesn't have a head. It had another smaller figure that folded out into a head, but it also had its own transformation. I think the smaller figure was supposed to be called Crunk or Cruck or something like that. And even the larger Transformer here is missing a couple pieces, but otherwise he still looks to be in very good shape. Now, to finish off this long ass video that I've made, and I do apologize for the length of this video, but to finish off, I have all the video games that I've gotten recently. Very happy with the selection of stuff that I have here. It's been quite some time since I've had some older stuff to show off. So starting out, I suppose I'll go with the newer stuff and work my way towards the older stuff. First up are some PS3 games, some games that I surprisingly didn't have and I really should have added to my collection. First up is nothing entirely special, but I did want to play this game. It is Skate 3. The next game is Final Fantasy 13, which to this day I still have not played. Moving on from that are some games that I got from Value Village, and I'm very surprised I was able to find a DS game out on the shelf that wasn't stolen.
Because usually DS games at Value Villages just don't last. People just rip the cartridges out of the case and put the case back on the shelf.
But the game that I was able to find is Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Omnia, and I do have this game already. I have not finished it, but I grabbed this mainly just as trade credit. I ended up spending only $2.99 on this, so it was a pretty decent deal. I can definitely trade it for more than what I paid for it. And the other game that I got is a game that turns out I already have, but it is a decent game, and I really couldn't remember if I had this version of it or not, because I do have it on other consoles as well, and I do have other games in the series. It is Gauntlet Dark Legend, and at least this one here was complete and in fairly good condition, so I will try to trade this one as well. Next few games though are games that are definitely going into my collection that I will not be getting rid of. Very happy to find these. These two games I got it as part of a trade from the person that I got the Transformers and some Digimon toys as well. Really happy about this, and he said he does have more games, so I'll see what he has and try to make more deals in the future. But I was able to grab these two Genesis games. I did end up having to pay for these games though, but I paid only $15, but $15 for these two games in this condition is definitely a good deal. So first up is Venom and Spider-Man Separation Anxiety, and that is one hell of a name for a game, Separation Anxiety, but it seems to deal with the Spider-Man symbiotes. The other game though is definitely a beat 'em up, and a very well-known one at that as well. It is Maximum Carnage, and the thing about this game too is that the cartridge itself is red, and I think that the Super Nintendo version was also red, but not too certain about that. But very popular game, and very happy to finally have it in my collection. Now moving on to the very last item that I want to show you guys in this video, the last video game that I got, probably the most expensive out of all of these and the most uncommon. I was at ANC Games, and while it pains me to give them more money, it is nearly impossible to find games for some consoles at any store really. And they do have a selection of 3DO games at this store, and I was looking through the store and I came across this and I immediately knew that I had to buy it. It is Guardian War for the 3DO. And this game here is a tactical RPG. It is very difficult. I have not been able to get past even the very first zone, but I've been trying my best to get through it, to get as far as I can, but it is definitely going to require a lot of practice. And my big mistake on this is that I didn't realize that there was a second character that you could get to join your team right off the bat. I had to go through 3 attempts on the first level before I realized that, hey, there's another character that I could add to my party. So I went back, added that character to my party, and was pleasantly surprised that it was actually a lot easier with that second character. And it does have a very good soundtrack that reminds me of a lot of 90s music, and I just really liked it. If you have the opportunity to do so, just check it out on YouTube. I'm almost certain that the entire soundtrack for this game is already available for listening on YouTube, so just go ahead and check that out. And again, the game is called Guardian War. Anyways, that's it. That's everything that I got. Thank you for making it through this entire video, and as always, leave comments in the comment section below. Anything you'd like to say, comments, questions, suggestions, ideas, anything at all, just put in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Check out my Facebook, Twitter, and website. They're all linked in the description below, and also linked in the description below is a link to my 500 subscribers contest. Check that out as well if you'd like, and that's it. See ya.